I have owned the dive station since 1986, but the dive station has been around since 1980. So it's been on a kind of a landmark in Orlando for a pretty good long period of time. How I got interested in diving personally was when I was in the Navy in 1964. I started my diving career, and then have had an opportunity to dive all over the world during my Navy career. What we teach in the classrooms for the diver is, today with the technology of DVDs and CD-ROMs, we have an orientation session which lasts about 2 hours, and the student has 6 hours worth of homework prior to going to the pool to do our pool work.
You take the low pressure inflator of your BCD, pull back on the collar. Slide it onto the nipple, let go of the collar, give it a good tug, make sure it's on there.
Once they get to the pool, some of the skills will be, we teach them how to recover their regulator in the event that their regulator comes out of their mouth, how to clear their mask, because sometimes the mask can either get a little water inside or fogged up, remove and replace their buoyancy compensator or scuba unit in the event that they get tangled up in something. Also, like peak performance buoyancy, so they're not going to be crashing down on the bottom, destroying the reef systems or their own equipment.
My name is Jerry Hankins. I'm a staff instructor here at the dive station. I became interested in diving when I was in junior high school watching Jacques Cousteau on PBS, and I decided I wanted to study marine biology, and it was a way to facilitate that.
Becoming a chore once a person becomes an instructor is their heart is in it, and their heart is in teaching people the enjoyment of being underwater, in themselves enjoying that environment. And I've been doing it for a real long time, and I have not felt it as work yet. I enjoy doing it, and it's not a thing that I say, well, today I got to go to teach somebody scuba diving, because I really do like it and it's enjoyable. And most instructors are the same way.
Instructing does not become a chore for me usually, unless I'm teaching 24/7, which is very rarely.
The type of gear that you need for scuba diving is going to be a buoyancy compensator, otherwise known as a BCD, a regulator set up with an octopus, combination gauges, and a scuba tank. Well, the biggest thing that, some of the dangers that could happen on a dive, the biggest thing is a person running out of air underwater. And we really stress on that so that that individual does not get to that point where they're going to run out of air, because that's where all the problems happen from there. So we really teach on that, and all the things that can happen. Pneumothorax. Pneumothorax would be over one lung area, where that same thing would happen is that bubble breaks loose from your lung, goes under the skin right around the lung area, and gets bigger and bigger. Now with a pneumothorax, you probably have to go under the knife at the hospital and go to the recompression chamber also, okay? Subcutaneous emphysema. Now with subcutaneous emphysema, the bubble breaks loose, goes all the way up to the shoulder area right here. It gets kind of swelled up or whatever. How many of you guys ever ate Rice Krispies and put milk in that Rice Krispies? You get that snap, crackle, and pop in the morning when you hear the Rice Krispies going right. Well, if you were to reach up there and grab onto that big lump that's on your shoulder or whatever, that's what it would sound just like that. Okay, now we have another one. It's called AGE, or arterial gas embolism. All right, what happens there is the bubble breaks loose, it gets into and goes into the heart, gets up into the carotid artery. You got a carotid artery on both sides of your neck there, feeds your brain with blood.
We're going to use the purge button to clear the regulator. You're going to put the regulator in your mouth, and you're going to stick your tongue in the opening of the regulator.
If you could you could make everybody poor just so you could be rich, would you do it? If you could watch everybody work while you just lay on your back, would you do it? If you could take all the love without giving any back, would you do it?
We have had a lot of people, once they first get certified, they've decided that this may be something they want to do for the rest of their life. I have had attorneys that came and did their instructor classes with me and gave up their career as a lawyer and went off to become a scuba instructor, enjoying the sun and the fun out on some Caribbean island.